Back at Martinsville Speedway in Virginia, 445 of 500 laps are in the books. Jimmy Johnson has led 6 times for 288 laps today. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in second spot and moving in. Carl Leverage third. Jeff Gordon now up to fourth. Denny Hamlin is fifth. Brian Vickers sixth. For you Bobby Labonte fans, the 43 car has now gone to the garage area with what they're saying may be a rear end problem. A rear end gearing problem, so they're down there working on that 43 for Bobby, trying to get him back out here in the final 50 laps. And we talked about how brakes were critical here and burning up rear ends here as far as the gears and what the selections you might have to be able to keep from having so much heat in the rear end.
Yeah, you run such a low ratio gear in the rear that it makes a lot of heat, and it's kind of fragile really, because you put all that torque on that rear end, and the rear gearing is a lot different here than you would see at, say, Charlotte or somewhere like that.
Let's update exactly what we're talking about. Tim, show us the options for the gears and why one develops more heat as opposed to the other.
Jerry, coming off the rear end gear right here, we've got the external pump. We've also got an internal pump on it to lubricate the thing and keep the gear cool. But look at this. This is a 650 to 1 ratio. This is a 364 to 1. But look at the mass and the difference. But this turns 6.5 times per 1 right here. But look at all the teeth. Look at the mass of the thing. Because when you're accelerating and deaccelerating, you generate a lot of heat. You don't have that much heat on this gear right here because, you know, you don't deaccelerate that much. But you use the gear to get up off the corner, the mechanical advantage to turn a lot of RPMs. But you also use that gear to stop the car getting down in the corner. But when you lock the rear wheels up or you spin out, the teeth actually fight themselves. And if you shell a teeth or crack a tooth right here, it's eventually going to break off, go down through, and it's going to grind itself to death, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jerry. You can see that pinion gear that Tim was holding, that 650, how much smaller it is than the 364, and it spins a lot faster inside that housing than that 364. It makes a lot more heat. Hard to deal with.
Yeah, Robbie Gordon in the garage here earlier. Whoa, the 48 car trying to get around the 00 of Bliss and got it sideways.
Does a great job not to lose much momentum there doing that. He's trying to hold off Dale Jr., who is about 1.5 seconds behind Jimmy Johnson. Actually gained a couple of tenths. Junior did that lap.
Yeah, the 00 still has problems. He's up high on the racetrack again, and everybody's having to go on the inside. You can see that's where Bliss's problem started right there. Jimmy Johnson having to take evasive action. See a battle here for 4th place. Denny Hamlin has caught Jeff Gordon trying to take that spot away.
Seems like Jeff Gordon's car is good on the start of these runs, but then it goes away as they run a few laps. It's like Tony Stewart's got another problem with his right front. Here we go again.
It's been pretty amazing that Denny Hamlin's the one of the 3 Gibbs cars that hasn't had any problem. Of course, that shows he's running up front all day, but just how much easier he must be, or his crew did a better job with all of that.
Yeah, you worry about that being a problem. If one of your teammates has a problem, you worry that you might have it, but this is really a driver-related thing and how they use the brakes, because it can really be affected by the style.
Tony Stewart showing 3 laps down in 27th is where he was when he came on the pit road a moment ago.
Junior, he's closed this gap, boys. He's there.
Jimmy Johnson's had some problems with some of these cars. Looks like he may just be, he's catching them at the wrong spot, and that's what you always are fearful of as the leader of the race, just catching these guys at the wrong spot and then racing you a little bit hard. Allows that guy to close in, and Junior right there, just a car length back right now.
44 laps to go, and Dale Jr. does have a little better race car than Jimmy Johnson at this point.
What he'll have to do is get a break here. He's being able to make up this position, but he's got the 28 car, which is a lap down here, right in his groove.
83 Vickers getting by the 24. That's 4th position again, and moves Jeff Gordon back to 6th spot.
It's the same thing we saw the last run with Jeff Gordon. I'm sorry.
41 car up against the wall in 1 and 2.
Caution number 10, Reed Sorensen in the wall, that in turn 2. And that is a huge break for the 07 car of Clint Boyer. He would have been the next car to go a lap down.
And Jeff Burton, he was just ahead of the 07. So this is a big break for these guys in the top 12.
I'm not sure it's not a big break for Jimmy Johnson too, because I believe his car is better on these shorter runs, and I believe Dale Jr. had the best car on the long run. I think we're going to see him get 4 tires here, guys.
Man, I tell you guys, we don't have any laps to go. We got 42 laps to go. I think I do 2 tires. I agree with you, Dale. They're probably going to do 4. But I think I do 2, man. I really do.
No way you just said that.
I know.
I never saw you get 2 tires, ever.
I am a 4-tire guy. But I think that Burton's got to get back in this hunt, and he's got to take the gamble right now and go with the 2 guys. I really think so.
That's what wanted for Denny Hamlin, Rusty, back in the spring. He came in and took 2 tires, and everyone else took 4. He got the track position and held off to win the race.
Yeah, is there somebody going to stay out there and take the gamble with no tires? I mean, the tires have been pretty decent. The lap times haven't slowed down tremendously. So are one of these guys going to see everybody hit pit road and try to stay out there?
It's going to get good right here. We'll find out.
Reed Sorensen, who spun a moment ago, was running in 14th position, so he was having a good run, and he's spun to bring out the caution.
Yeah, they're going to keep the pit road closed because they're trying to get the 41 car off the racetrack right there at the entrance. So we'll have to wait another lap.
Build a little more drama. We can talk about what might happen even more here.
Yeah, but that's the thing. These guys can talk about it too.
That's right.
On the pit box and maybe change their mind.
Okay, crew chief, you're making the call for the 48 and the 88. What do you do?
Ooh, I think I'm going to have to go with right sides. The only way you can really guarantee you can stay out front is to take 2 tires. If you take 4 tires, you are going to have to pass a lot of cars, and we only have 40 laps to go. And if I'm in that guy's head, I'm thinking 2 tires.
I'm just thinking if you're one of those first 2 guys, if you go on and get 4 tires, even if a couple of guys take 2, you're not going to have a lot that are going to beat you out of the pits because you're so much in front of these guys, and you've got a lot of lap cars in between when they can get to pit road.
So if you're in the 48 and I say 2 tires, you going to overrule me as a driver?
No, I'm going with you. You say 2, that's what we're going to have to do.
Okay, here we go.
Does anybody stay out and get no tires?
Well, so far, no takers on that. Although Carl Edwards has come to pit road. Here comes Denny Hamlin, Brian Vickers, Jeff Gordon, Casey Mears having a great run. The 6 car.
Yeah,
David Reagan.
Top 8 cars coming on the pit road. We'll get a watch. Here comes Harvick, Truex, Jeff Burton, and Boyer. Every car on the lead lap. Shannon.
Dale Jr. pulled that 88 car in right now, guys. I think they're going for 4 tires. That's what they said over the radio. So unless they call an audible, it will be 4 tires for this 88 team. Dave.
They will change 4 also for Denny Hamlin. They will raise the air pressure in 3 of the tires to try to get a little better drive at the end of this race. Mike.
Bob Osborne real hesitant to come in, did not want to lose the track position, but took his cue from the 48 team. They'll take 48 tires, as does Jimmy Johnson, a 4-tire change, but the 48 team much quicker off pit road.
Okay, you win, Dale. They got 4 tires.
All kinds of issues for the 31 car trying to get back. By the way, the 17 car did stay on the racetrack. He was the only car on the lead lap that stayed out, Matt Kenseth. Issues for the 31 car, getting him on and off pit road.
Yeah, a lot of problems there for Jeff Burton. Watch as he enters his pit here, or tries to enter his pit. Jeff Gordon's in the spot on the inside. He has to back up a little bit because he's pitted outside the box. That's going to be a lap penalty there because they performed work outside of the box.
That is the rule on that. You can back up. They give you an opportunity to back up before you perform service on it. But if you don't, it is a lap penalty.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I knew that rule from doing it. So
there's Jeff Burton coming back down pit road again. Matt Kenseth, as I mentioned, he is the only one on the lead lap that did not come on to pit road. His tires will be about 80 laps older than everybody else. Back in just a moment.